Hey guys, welcome back to the channel if you're new here, and if you're not, hi, welcome back. I keep on getting questions about my travel expenses and the trip details, so I thought of making a video of what my normal travel expense would look like. Just a quick background, I don't limit myself with the things that I want to do on a certain trip, nor I set a crazy budget for a trip. I know that's not the most financially responsible, but that's just how I do it. It could be different to you, and that's absolutely fine. Anywho, for today's video, I'll be exposing myself and my expenses from my recent Siargao trip this 2023. A disclaimer, I didn't spend that much because I was mostly chilling and vibing most of the days, but stay tuned for the last part of the video where I will share with you the touristy tips that I've researched myself and would probably be doing the next time I go to Siargao. Alright, so for the preparations, let me just share with you the details. I have my phone here and my notes, so if I ever am looking at this angle, just know that it's my phone or my notes. Anyway, so for the round trip ticket, I did get it for sale. Round trip ticket is 4,385 pesos and 80 cents. That includes 7 kilos of hand carry. Still, I'm trying to manage my luggage situation, so I added 20 kilos luggage for 1,355 and 20 cents because I didn't want to risk it. It's like double or triple the price if I go to the airport and ma-overpack ako. And then I stayed at a hostel for a total of 4 nights, and it was 3,590 and 32. I got it for the discount as well in booking.com, and the place was really beautiful. Like, I could stay there for probably a month or something. Alright, for the staycation. Alright, for the transpo, I would normally take a cab or grab taxi, but my flight was at 10 o'clock. I thought about the traffic and how I could get stuck in traffic, so I took the carousel. It's like a bus EDSA that has their own lane, so it's faster and cheaper, and then dropped off at Makati and then took a cab from there. And by the way, that was Monday, so I didn't want to risk it. I think that cost me probably like 200 pesos. And then coffee at the airport, which was 165 because I needed an extra kick. I was super sleepy that time. And then landed in Siargao. I didn't book my hotel transfer ahead of time. And good thing, as soon as I landed sa my Siargao airport, there was a lot of hotel transfer vans that are available. It cost me 300. Since it's a small island, just tell them your accommodation or the hotel that you'll be staying at. They'll be like, hop in, ma'am. For lunch, I had some like lasagna, which cost me 388 pesos. It was a huge chunk. So dinner left over from lunch, which cost me 0 pesos. And then for day 2, I decided to be a little adventurous. I rented a motorcycle for 400 pesos and then a local tour guide for 800 pesos. You can always haggle. The first price na binigay sa akin was like 1,100, and I was like, that's too much. Can we do it like 800? And then they were like, okay. So I mean, I'm not the best at haggling, so maybe you can lower it down. And then we went to a lot of like touristy stuff. Mostly free naman siya, but there's one called Magpupungko. They have like environmental fee or like entrance for 60 pesos. Sorry, that was 65 pesos. And then the parking inside is 20 pesos. Tapos, we had our lunch at like a local carinderia. We ordered adobo and some chicken pastel, 2 like fresh juice. I think I got like mango graham, and overall our food was like 800 pesos. That was quite a lot actually. On the way back to the hostel, nag-stop by ako sa Pure Gold and bought quite a few stuff to save up on some money because the hostel that I was staying at had like a shared kitchen situation, so I could cook and prepare my stuff there. And sa Pure Gold, my expenses was 360 and 70 pesos. Then for dinner, I prepared some vegetable soup that cost me $0 because it was in the grocery. For day 3, my breakfast was still the grocery stuff that I bought from yesterday. I had tuna, some skyflakes, some hot chocolate, and then I had some drinks. There was like a happy hour, so I got 2 margaritas for the price of 1, which is 250 pesos. I think I ate leftovers again for lunch. And then in the evening, I went to a party, got some drinks, of course, and that cost me 750 pesos. For day 4, I was tired from all the partying, so definitely had to get breakfast. And at this time, for some reason, I was craving for like a Filipino breakfast or like a rice type of situation, but there's not much around the hostel that I'm staying at. So breakfast was pasta, puttanesca pasta, which cost me 367.50 cents. This was at Spotted Pig. And then I got Spanish latte from Goodies at 144. And then lunch in my hostel's restaurant, it cost 342, which is a good amount. I had that for dinner as well. And then ayun, in the evening, I was invited by my newfound friends, so they took me for a ride. Then we had our drinks at Mad Monkey. I got some beer, which cost like 110 pesos. And then we met a new friend dun sa may Mad Monkey. And then yung isa namin kasama, nagpaiwan dun sa may Mad Monkey. So wala kaming motorcycle. So nag-ask na lang kami ng mga tuk-tuk doon. And tricycle there was so expensive. They were like ripping us off. Well, kasama ko kasi mga foreigners, so I think that's why. But yeah, tuk-tuk ride was 100 pesos. We hop on another bar sa Bed and Brew this time, which cost us 100 pesos for the beer. It was cheaper. And then we went to another bar. But this time, merong 3 na lang kaming girlies. Tapos may mga guys doon na nice enough to let us hop on their motorcycle for a ride, which like 0 cost. And then for the drinks, dun sa my beach club was also 100 pesos. And then for day 5, we had brunch. Unfortunately, our last day, I got like the crispy adobo with coconut, which was so good. I even forgot to take a picture because it was that good. I had them in Las Palmas. That cost me 483 pesos. And then, another hotel transfer. Kinausap ko lang yun doon sa my hostel. Meron silang parang booth doon where they can just call someone to pick you up, transfer you to the airport. That cost me 300 pesos. The snack, I got some Royal and just a chip, I believe. And that cost me 100-ish pesos. And then, pamasahe pa uwi cost me 200-ish pesos again. Alright, for the expenses na hindi ko nagawa, but I think is worth trying, will be yung mga tours around the island. So, for the Dry Island tour, is 1,500 pesos. Ito yung parang 3 island na pupuntahan nyo. So this is a joiner's price, by the way. So it may be more expensive if you want to avail the private tour. But yeah, this is like, should probably be one of the things that you should not miss out if you're more on the touristy side of things. Island hopping lang siya for the 3 beautiful islands in Siargao. And then for the land tour, ito yung parang ginawa ko na din nung day 2. But I hired a private tour guide and also a motorcycle myself because I wanted to experience it. But the tour is 2,100 pesos and that includes the ride. I think may lunch na din and yung buong day na tour. Another tour na pwede nyong gawin is yung Sohoton tour, which costs 2,800 pesos. Ito yung nakikita sa social media na pupuntahan yung Sohoton Cave and you get to swim with jellyfish na hindi naman nakaka-sting, which is really safe. That cost 2,800. So for the total, for the preparations, like round trip, luggage, and the stay for a total of 5 days was 9,331 and 32. Then for total expenses from day 1 to 5 is 6,645 and 20 cents. And for the other expenses, if you want to try yung mga tours na binanggit ko, it's 6,400. My 5-day expenses, it cost me 15,976 and 52 cents estimate, which I'm happy about. I really did enjoy my stay there and would be more than glad to go there again next year, hopefully. That's about it for this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section and I'll be happy to answer all your questions. And you might as well consider subscribing and liking the video, share it with your friends. But this has been Lyka and hope to see you in the next one. Bye!